Good afternoon, I'm Jeff. I'm a Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 130 Vine Street here in Oregon City. We're located at the front of the home. We're just off to the left of the front doorway. We have a 3-inch cast iron cleanout as our point of access. I'm going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Currently have water running. Here we go. Bells out to 4-inch here. Transition just a moment ago over to PVC pipe. It's also 4-inch. And transitions here at 73 feet over to concrete pipe. Alright, here at 100 feet exactly, we have reached the main lateral. I'm going to do locates to verify where the line terminates, and then we'll let it drain out completely before reeling back. I located the camera head successfully out at the main lateral on Vine Street. Alright, the line is pretty much all drained out at this point. We're going to go ahead and start reeling back. Alright, so just looking at this pipe here, it's kind of difficult to tell whether we've got debris buildup here or the flow line is just starting to cut right down through the concrete, which is something that happens slowly but surely over time with concrete pipe. It always wears out. It just never sure how quick it's going to happen, but this almost looks like we've got a trough that's being worn into the concrete pipe. But when you get back into here, you can see all the junk, so it's entirely possible that it's just debris buildup. I do recommend a Hydrojet to clean the line there, and then a rescope to see if you still have that trough in the concrete pipe. If that's the case, then the concrete pipe is basically at the very end of its life and is ready for an update. It'll become eggshell condition, and if you've got it, cutting, ½ inch or more down into the pipe wall, it's a very thin pipe at that point, and it's not too long from then that it will start, piece of the pipe wall will actually start breaking away. So, and the worrisome thing about jetting a line like this that's in a rougher condition is the jetter itself can do damage. So make sure the drain cleaning company sees the video. It's not necessarily something you need to have your most powerful jetter out here for, but anyway, it's kind of a last-ditch effort to see if this thing needs to be replaced. Luckily, it actually has pretty good slope and grade and flow to it. Now, it's one that you could probably do by liner and avoid having to dig it up. And this is all pipe that's out, for the most part, is out in the roadway. Well, this is the update. And it looks like the very end of this piece of pipe here actually broke or split, as what it appears to be anyway. You can kind of see that there's an edge on that. We just don't have a great view of it, but if you follow that seam there, that edge of the pipe that's kind of poking out, and you look over on the left side of the screen, you don't see it. It looks like about half that end of that pipe there has a break in it. It's not necessarily affecting anything. At this point, there's nothing hanging up on it. But that's one of those things that I would try and smooth out or correct if a repair is done. At this time, I'm not going to recommend that alone be fixed. It's just not worth it. It's not functionally causing any issues. But if the jet's done and it looks like the line itself is in eggshell condition, is wearing thin, at that point I'd start the liner just inside the PVC here so it covers that section up. If you do a liner, if you do a full replacement, obviously just fix the end of that. I would check with the city. I'd find out if from the or in the street area if that is the city's responsibility out here. It varies from city to city and county to county, so I would look into that. Pretty much all that concrete there is from the curb out to the main, and the main's on the far side of the road, or opposite end of this one. I have a little bit of an offset here. Nothing too concerning there. Nothing's hanging up at it. It's very, very minimal. And I would probably find out whose responsibility that concrete line is before jetting it. And the reason for that, if the jetter does end up doing damage to the line, that's a situation you want to make sure you know who's responsible for it before you run a hydrojetter down there. There's really not another good way to clean that junk out of there. An auger won't do the trick, and I don't think you get enough water flow down the line just from a garden hose or something to do anything. So definitely make sure that you know who is responsible for that section of the pipe, and that the drain clean guys know that it looks like it's concrete pipe that is showing a lot of age. Anyway, aside from that, the rest of the pipe here is in good condition. A couple spots are showing a little bit of wear, but nothing affecting the functionality of the line and not worth replacing in my opinion. So I would get a Hydrojet done, clean the concrete section out, rescope it to see if it is actually wearing that deep into the flow line. At that point, if it is, I would recommend that concrete section be updated. And I would look into doing a liner, which is a trenchless repair. You don't have to dig up the roadway. But if that's a city responsibility, then obviously that's not a homeowner issue to deal with. So I'd look into all those things. Aside from that, even as it sits right now, we do have adequate flow to the main lateral. The line is functioning at this time. Not properly, because we have debris sitting down there, and kind of an unknown as to whether that concrete pipe's condition.